While flying through the starry skies, Titan of the Mountains suddenly froze in midair. His sharp eyes turned cold as he looked toward the end of the void. A blinding light, like a meteor tearing through space, was hurtling straight toward him. In the blink of an eye, Emperor Crocodile appeared in front of Titan of the Mountains. For a moment, the two powerhouses locked eyes, silently sizing each other up. A flicker of surprise flashed through Titan of the Mountains' eyes as he thought to himself, how could such a ferocious beast exist in a desolate region like this? Pretending not to recognize him, Emperor Crocodile's voice boomed like thunder across space. "Who are you to trespass into our defense line?" Titan of the Mountains coldly replied, his aura surging to the heavens. "I'm here for revenge. If you don't want to get involved, you'd best back off." As his words fell, a heavy and ancient pressure, like 10,000 years of sedimentary mountain chains, erupted from Titan of the Mountains' body and pressed forward. Emperor Crocodile shuddered slightly, a look of surprise flashing in his eyes. This aura. It presses down on the soul like a mountain range. Yet, instead of retreating, he threw his head back and let out a thunderous roar, a terrifying killing intent surge like a wild dragon breaking free. "At last I can go all out." Sensing the powerful presence of Emperor Crocodile, Titan of the Mountains' expression grew serious. He no longer dared underestimate his opponent. No more words were needed. In the next instant, the two titans clashed, shaking the entire region of space. Violent shockwaves exploded, ripping through the void. Space fractured, and waves of energy swept away everything in their path. Not far off, a crack in space silently opened, and Yuziu emerged from within, silently. He watched the battle unfold, with no intention of interfering. Upon seeing the two locked in combat, the insect princess exclaimed in surprise. "They're fighting!" Standing beside her, Yuziu replied indifferently. "This is only the beginning." At that moment, Emperor Crocodile and Titan of the Mountains were exchanging fierce blows. Holding nothing back, Titan of the Mountains hurled a massive meteor toward Emperor Crocodile. Instead of dodging, Emperor Crocodile reached out and caught it midair, stopping it completely in its tracks. Golden Ant, watching from the sidelines, couldn't help but click his tongue in amazement. A meteor that huge! And he tossed it aside like a pebble! Just then, Titan of the Mountains charged forward. With a mighty punch, he struck the meteor. Boom! Under his overwhelming strength, the meteor shattered on the spot. As the stone dust cleared, a powerful tail swept through the air toward him. A devastating strike from Emperor Crocodile. Aimed directly at Titan of the Mountains' head, the blow struck true, smashing Titan of the Mountains down onto the surface of a nearby planet. The ground trembled, and towering dust clouds shot up, blanketing the skies. Bull Demon, watching from afar, rumbled with admiration. "Emperor Crocodile is becoming more terrifying by the day." On the back of the white tiger, Xiao Lam's eyes lit up with curiosity. "Xiao Bai, can Emperor Crocodile win?" The white tiger, munching on a pastry, replied. With a muffled voice, not really paying attention, amid the churning dust, a vortex formed. In mere moments, the dust cleared, revealing Titan of the Mountains walking out slowly, completely unharmed. Emperor Crocodile's expression turned grim as he silently observed his opponent. Having been beaten down like a joke, Titan of the Mountains roared in fury. "Do you know who I am? I am the fifth pillar deity of the Titan God clan." His voice thundered like a storm, and before he even finished speaking, he threw a fierce punch straight at Emperor Crocodile. Unshaken, Emperor Crocodile spread his wings and soared upward to meet the attack head-on. His massive jaws opened in a deafening roar, carrying the force of an army charging into battle. There was no retreat, no evasion, only a relentless advance. From afar, Lin Feng of the Bull Demon clan turned pale. He's not dodging. He's charging in directly. Boom! The clash of their monstrous powers caused the entire starry void to tremble. Shockwaves rolled outward like tidal waves, as if threatening to tear space itself apart. Amid the fierce battle, Emperor Crocodile suddenly lunged forward, sinking his blade-like fangs into Titan of the Mountains' wrist. In an instant, his terrifying jaws pierced through the Titan's diamond-hard skin, tearing through the defenses he had always taken pride in. My defense was breached? Titan of the Mountains thought. Alarmed, without hesitation, He launched a punch as heavy as Mount Tai toward Emperor Crocodile's throat. A muffled boom rang out. Emperor Crocodile was forced to let go. His body blasted back toward a massive asteroid, blood sprayed through the air, and a roar of pain burst from his throat. But even so, Emperor Crocodile rose defiantly, his eyes glowing crimson, his killing intent undiminished. Titan of the Mountains' arm, freshly wounded from the bite, now hung by a thread, yet he only panted heavily for a moment before his body began to regenerate. The shattered limb rapidly healed. A new arm forming in its place, his aura suddenly surged, like a dormant volcano awakening after 1,000 years. Sensing the tremendous pressure, the insect princess cried out in horror. "He's even stronger than before!" Yuzi remained still, silent as ever, his deep eyes calmly observing, like a distant spectator untouched by the storm. By now, Titan of the Mountains' aura had reached its absolute peak. Behind him, a towering illusion of mountain ranges emerged, layer upon layer like divine peaks descending from the heavens. He gathered energy in both fists. His twin hammers howled like thunder, carrying the force to crush all things, in a flash. His massive figure closed in on Emperor Crocodile, his dual fists, like iron mauls, slammed directly into Emperor Crocodile's chest. Boom! The heavens shook with the impact. Blood spewed from Emperor Crocodile's mouth, accompanied by a roar filled with agony and fury. But Titan of the Mountains wasn't finished. With killing intent billowing like a storm, he surged forward again. In the blink of an eye, a storm of fists, as dense as a downpour, rained down on Emperor Crocodile. He became like a living punching bag, struck relentlessly amidst the onslaught of Titan of the Mountains' overwhelming fury. Blow after blow rained down until Emperor Crocodile was hurled toward the surface of a massive asteroid. Upon impact, the residual shockwaves erupted violently, kicking up clouds of dust that engulfed the entire region of space. The asteroid, unable to withstand the immense force of the collision, exploded on the spot, shattered into countless fragments that scattered like falling stars. As for Emperor Crocodile, lost in the midst of the gray, churning smoke, his fate remained uncertain. Was he gravely injured or already dead? No one could say for sure.